the ground shake.
What's up everyone, and in this video I'm going to be looking at the SU-122-44. So this is a tank destroyer that I've been waiting a long time for to come into Blitz, because I absolutely love this thing on PC. It's absolutely amazing on PC, and finally it's making its way into Blitz, and I'm going to be looking at it in this video. So let's start taking a look at the tank. Essentially, all the SU-122-44 is basically a tank destroyer with a T-44 chassis and a 122mm gun. So the T-44 is obviously pretty fast, so you're going to expect the SU-122-44 to be fast as well, and it is. So let's take a look at it in more detail statistically. Okay, so the SU-122-44 gets 950 hit points, which is actually really good for a premium tank destroyer. So it gets, I think, more hit points than the SU-152, but less than most other things. So the armor frontally, 90mm, 75 of the sides, 45 of the rear, and that's really good, that frontal armor. I mean, I think effective it's around 140mm, something like that. So we'll take a look at it in Armor Inspector now. Okay, so this is as if we were looking at it with using the T-34-85 and the T-43's Top Gun. So that thing has 144mm of penetration, and that's not even enough to go through the front without any angling. The sloping on the tank frontally is, I think, 40 degrees, something like that. Yep, 40-50 degrees. It gets better the lower down you go, but there is a weak, and it's that tumor sticking out to the right of the mantlet. So that's 90mm thick, so if you can't penetrate the tank frontally, just shoot at that. And even with a little bit of angling, it can, well, no, with a lot of angling really, it can bounce the Russian 122mm guns. But if you wiggling with this tank is actually really good tactic, because it can deflect a lot of shots like that. So I definitely recommend wiggling if you're planning to get this tank. Alright, so that's basically the armor done, so let's move on to the gun. But first, looking at the gun's rate of fire, I thought it was really bad, but then I actually looked at it. The DPM is actually 2,332, which is actually on par with the other Tier 7 tank destroyers. The penetration, 175mm, the usual, 270mm of gold, and I should probably say this now, this tank will not get preferential matchmaking or be completely broken. So 400 average damage, the standard for 122, 0.41 accuracy. I think this is actually a really good accuracy for a 122mm gun, and the 2.3 second aiming time. Wow, that's absolutely amazing again for a Russian 122mm, which usually have like 3.4 second aiming time. I actually consider this gun really good. So let me just compare it to the other 122mm guns that the Russians get at Tier 7. So looking at the IS, it has a damage per minute with the Top Gun, of course, of 1600. So compared to that, it's actually pretty good. But obviously the SU-152 will beat it, and it beats it by miles. I don't know the exact rate of fire off my head, but I know that it's very good and much better than the SU-122-44s. Finally, we're going to be moving on to the maneuverability of the SU-122-44, and as you've probably already seen in the game that's been running in the background, it is pretty maneuverable. So let's just take a look at the engine power and, stuff like that. SU-122-44 weighs 33.25 tons and has a 500 horsepower engine, which gives it a horsepower per ton ratio of 15.03. So I'm actually terrible at figuring out which horsepower per ton ratios are good and which aren't, so I can't really say whether it's good or not. Finally, the top speed of this tank is 48 km an hour, which you should kind of expect considering this is based off the chassis of the T-44. The traverse speed is 35 degrees a second, so that means it's not going to be easy to circle this thing, but I don't think it will be very hard either. I can't really tell. That was a preview of the SU-122-44. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and I actually really want to know in the comments if you guys are considering picking this tank up from the store when it's sold. And yeah, because I don't know whether I'm going to pick it up or not. I have the luxury of, trying before I buy it on my main account, so hopefully I can, I can get an opinion of the tank. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you're new. Thanks for watching, and bye.